Headlines of this bulletin. The Standing Board of Cần Thơ Municipal Party Committee and the Steering Committee for the implementation of Cần Thơ City Master Plan had a meeting with the consultation units. The High Command of Military Zone 9 organized a democratic dialogue with army officers and soldiers of the armed forces in Cần Thơ City. The ceremony of signing the memorandum for comprehensive cooperation between Cần Thơ Radio and Television Station and Cần Thơ University of Medicine and Pharmacy took place on the afternoon of September 8. Hello, it's great to see you back here in another edition of Cần Thơ News, and I'm back with the latest updates. On the morning of September 8, the Standing Board of Cần Thơ Municipal Party Committee and the Steering Committee for the implementation of Cần Thơ City Master Plan had a meeting with the consultation units under the chair of Member of Party Central Committee, Secretary of Cần Thơ Municipal Party Committee Lê Quang Mạnh, Standing Vice Secretary of the Municipal Party Committee, cum Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Council Phạm Văn Hiếu, and Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee Trần Việt Trường joined the function. After listening to the reports, members of the Standing Board of the Municipal Party Committee and departments as well as sectors contributed many practical ideas and meaningful insights, like industrial zones should be placed in underdeveloped areas with low urbanization rates, and more fields to attract investment should be looked into, like energy, logistics services, computing software engineering, healthcare services, and high-quality labor training. The placement of the Agriculture Production Linkage Center within a rather large area in Bình Thủy District should also be reconsidered. Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee Trần Việt Trường suggested that the center should be placed in the direction of Cái Răng District instead to benefit from the future railway planning and Cái Cui Port. Members of the Steering Board for the implementation of Cần Thơ City Master Plan emphasized that the planning is for better development, but it should not disrupt socio-economic development. Consulting experts need to clarify many forms of renewable energy development, determine the focus of the agriculture development strategy, and consider the statistic of defense land. In addition to that, the delegates also gave comments on the relocation of seaports, the implementation of tourism ports, and the location of the administrative and political centers, the building of resettlement areas, and cutting the area of Thời District People's Cemetery down to about 200 hectares, with the question of whether to change the administrative land border of the districts. The Secretary of Cần Thơ Municipal Party Committee also directed that the planning should update the current transport status and maps, as well as bring the non-confidential planning maps online to collect comments. The consulting units also need to update the solutions for different content that have been previously approved. 2 other conferences should be held to collect opinions from all classes of people before the planning is submitted to the National Planning Evaluation Council. Also on the morning of September 8, the High Command of Military Zone 9 organized a democratic dialogue with officers and soldiers of the armed forces in Cần Thơ City. Attending the function was Deputy Commissar of the Military Zone, cum Head of the Military Zone Officers Major General Thanh. The comments given at the dialogue revolved around military, politics, army logistics and techniques, with some comments related to personnel work and ensuring the implementation of policies for servicemen and retired officials, among others. Deputy Commissar of the Military Zone, Major General Thanh directed relevant agencies to consider and directly resolve issues under the Military Zone's authority. At the same time, all levels of party committees also need to further publicize democratic rules, dignify the competence of self-training for strong political stance and internal unity, contribute to building strong and transparent party organizations as well as units. The ceremony for signing the Memorandum of Comprehensive Cooperation between Cần Thơ Radio and Television Station and Cần Thơ University of Medicine and Pharmacy took place in the morning of September 8. To further accelerate publicity work as well as production work, Cần Thơ Radio and Television Station and Cần Thơ University of Medicine and Pharmacy will cooperate to publicize the guidelines and policies of the party and the state, including the party committee and the authority of Cần Thơ City, to the people, especially students. Introduce works and outcomes of scientific research and application in medicine that contributes to the protection and care of community welfare. introduce the university's training programs, and coordinate to organize consultation sections on university admissions, job fair, dialogues, and talks on medical and healthcare topics. The operation of the association, the youth union, as well as cultural, charity, and skill training programs. The memorandum signing hence affirmed the role, positions, and brand, promoting the development of Cần Thơ Radio and Television Station and Cần Thơ University of Medicine and Pharmacy in many fields. The People's Committee of Cần Thơ City has just decided to build 2 emergency anti-landslide embankments in the 2 districts of Phong Điền and Vĩnh Thạnh with an estimated cost of more than 13 billion Vietnam dong. In which the Rachung anti-landslide embankment in Nhân Nghĩa Commune, Phong Điền District has a length of 80 meters with a cost of 4 billion Vietnam dong, while the anti-landslide embankment of Cái Trắng Canal on the north bank is in Vĩnh Trinh Commune, Vĩnh Thạnh District and is 70 meters long with the cost of 9 billion Vietnam dong. Implementation time for both projects is in 2022 and 2023. The investment in the construction of the 2 embankments is to promptly overcome the consequences caused by natural disaster, to provide urgent prevention of landslides, to resume traffic on the routes, and to ensure the travel and circulation of goods for the people. Along with the investment in anti-landslide embankment works, Cần Thơ City is also interested in the prevention of inundation. The city's ODA Project Management Board said that it will renovate the drainage system of 32 roads in Ninh Kiều District to prevent flooding in the city center. Among the 32 roads, there are Phan Đình Phùng, Xô Viết Nghệ Tĩnh, Lý Tự Trọng, Nguyễn An Ninh, Võ Thị Sáu, and Nam Kỳ Khởi Nghĩa. In addition to improving the drainage system, there will be 2 pumping stations located at Ninh Kiều Bridge and the area near Cần Thơ Market in order to increase drainage capacity and reduce the risk of flooding in the central urban area. The implementation cost is more than 255 billion Vietnam dong and the project within 22 months. Over 21 billion Vietnam dong will be invested in the construction of 501 bus stations and bus stops to pick up and drop off passengers in Cần Thơ City. That is the content of a decision recently approved by the City People's Committee. The project has 13 building packages invested by the City Department of Transport. The selection of contractors for the construction package of the waiting house will be organized in the 4th quarter of this year. The implementation time for this will be 180 days. The bidding package for supplying installation equipment will select its contractors in the 2nd quarter of the year. The implementation time for this one will be 120 days. Cần Thơ City has 6 bus routes in operation, including the Ba Láng Ô Môn route, the Cần Thơ route from Điền Town, extending to Bảy Ngàn Town in Hậu Giang Province, and the Ô Môn Lô Tẻ route, among others. Cần Thơ City People's Committee has just approved the investment policy and approved the investor for the 2 apartment projects in Nam Cần Thơ urban area in Hưng Thành Ward, Garang District. One of them specifically is the Kim Cương San apartment project, Gara River Park. The goal of the project is to invest in building high-rise apartment buildings combining commercial and service for sale and for rent. The minimum building height is of 5 floors and the maximum is 24 floors. The project will be constructed from the 4th quarter of this year. It is expected to be completed and put into operation no later than the 2nd quarter of 2024. The second project is Nhịp Điệu San Apartment Dream House. The goal is to invest in the construction of apartment building and housing businesses. The project products include 208 apartments, including a low-rise block of 5 floors, a high-rise block of 13 floors, and 1 basement, among other utilities. The project starts at the latest in the 4th quarter of this year and is completed and put into use in the 4th quarter of next year. Both projects covers an area of more than 3,000 square meters. Moving forward, we have the updated weather forecast. Weather updates has also wrapped up today's edition of Cần Thơ News. Remember to watch our bulletins one more time on our website at thtpct.vn. And now, thank you so much for tuning in. Goodbye and see you next time.